Hello everyone, welcome to another Kairos video. Today I want to show you how to contribute to the documentation of the project. I think contributing to documentation in general is one of the best ways to get it started with open source. This is because whenever you're using a tool, you need to read about it, you need to learn how to install it, how to configure it, etc. And that's also when you start finding some issues, punctuation mistakes, or configurations that don't work any longer. So in my opinion, it's one of the easiest way to get involved in a project, and it's accessible even if you don't know how to program, for example. So that's what we're going to do today. When I'm talking about documentation for Kairos, I mean this page here, and I specifically want to work on this issue that I opened up. Basically, what happens is that if a user has a configuration file that is different than shell script at the moment, it will raise an error because it's running on shell script. So we have to provide a way on how the user can run commands on different shells. So that's you don't need to understand the problem at the moment. All I want to show is how easy it is to do this from the Kairos side, and we're gonna do this in this repository. This is where we keep. So this website is this repository specifically, and to get started, all you need to do is clone it. I'm not gonna show that because there are multiple tutorials that will show you how to do that. Once you have it cloned, let's say here, for example, okay, I can do two things. First of all, you will also need to install Hugo. I'm sorry about that, I didn't have that planned. Hugo, what is it called? Static. Yeah, so Hugo is a static site generator. So it means that all your files are, in this case, in Markdown, and you produce HTML with them. And you need to install this on your system as well. I can just do Hugo serve here, and then it will be running locally, which is this version here, as you can see. And whatever change I do in my editor, so here, for example, will be reflected here. So, okay, now that we know what needs to be done and where we're going to do it, let's talk about what is this part of the when we're talking about running scripts. What do we mean? Well, Kairos is configured via what we call configuration, cloud configuration files. And you can, if you need to get introduced into that, just watch this video. Is very simple, but basically you will have files like these that tell the system how it needs to be configured. If you want to know the full reference on configuration, it is on this page, docs reference configuration. And here you will see that there are cases where commands, yeah, where we say, oh, okay, and I need to run this command, and it's done this way using YAML. That's it. Let's add a new section, as I was saying. Yeah, I mentioned you have to go to, sorry, not docs, but content, docs, and then here we have reference, and in reference we have configuration. This is the same than what we see here, where it ends up with the stages one. So we just add a new one. So this is going to be called running commands on different shells. By the way, I am using Copilot, GitHub Copilot, so that's why you see these automatic suggestions. Let's see what it suggests. By default, all the commands are executed in the sh shell. However, it is possible to, by specifying the shell in the command block. This is not true, obviously, it just made it up. So I'm gonna fix it. It is possible to run commands in a different shell by prefixing the command with the shell name. Yeah, that's correct. With the shell, no, with the executable. For example, to run, yeah, that's like a good definition. For example, to run a command in the bash shell, you can use the following syntax. As an example here, oh, let's see, it's already filling up for me. No, too much for it. So let's just use this one here. Copy. There's some configuration here. Doesn't matter. Okay, and then here we would say bash. That's basically it. Now I can go to the local version that is running of the configuration. You can see that it has added the section that I want. And just to finally do a double check, let's read this. By default, all commands are executed in the sh shell. However, it is possible to run commands in a different shell by prefixing the command with the executable. For example, to run commands in bash shell, you need to use the following syntax, bash script. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think we can send it for a PR and see what the rest of the team thinks. So how do I proceed here? Well, I like to add this change, and I like to create a branch specific for this issue that I am solving here. The name of the branch is not that important, but I will just say document how to run commands in different shells. Wow, that's a long name, sorry about that. Git status, we added that one file, git commit, sign off, and the message will be document how to run commands in different shells. All right, I put my password, and then I can push this, push origin, where are we pushing, to 946, document how to run. All right, and this is it. Now we're going to open the pull request. Reviewers, I want it to be reviewed by anyone from the maintainers. I will assign it to myself, and project, I will put it in the issue tracking board. If you cannot select some of these things, don't worry about that. Yeah, so here I will just say fixes 2946, but it's not in this repo, Kairos IO, Kairos 2946. All right, that looks good. So we create the pull request, and we wait for the review, and we're done. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helps you contribute to either Kairos or any other open source project out there. Goodbye.